Hey YouTube, this is Matt with Olympus Reptiles. I'm here with Cody from Pride of Texas Pythons, who's traveled all the way from Louisiana to Kansas. And while you chew on that and try to figure out how the hell that happened, when you have a name and you have to move places, right?
Right.
I have to pick on you a little bit. But before we get rolling with today's video, I do want to mention one more time about New York City and NYPD. We are going to do some collections to help those guys. So if you're not on Patreon, this is the best month ever to join, because all new pledges this month, we're going to take everything that we get, take it all. We're going to give everything that we would get to NYPD for their fund for widows and children, which is pretty awesome. And if you don't want to join Patreon because you think I'm an asshole and you stumbled across this video anyway and you think, well, I'd still like to donate, you can send that to our PayPal at mattgambrell@hotmail.com. Another pro tip, if you ever start a business, make a PayPal just for the business, because that has made my life difficult. But send that to mattgambrell@hotmail.com, mark it NYPD, and we'll make sure it gets where it needs to go. All right, we ready?
Yep.
So today I've got 2 rattlesnake cages that look like crap. So we're going to clean them. And have you ever put hands on with a rattlesnake before?
Nope.
So hopefully before today's done, if you stay tuned, Cody's going to be brave enough, and I think he will. He's a brave guy. He's done way crazier shit than I've done since we talked. He'll be putting his hands on a rattlesnake and actually getting to move a rattlesnake. We're going to show you how simple it is. When I say it's simple, that doesn't mean you should go out and just start doing it tomorrow. But if you're with somebody that's done it before and you learn it, it's not, it's not this big taboo that everybody's like, oh, you need 37 years of this. And I don't think you really do. I think you just, the basics. But the first thing is unlock the cage. So I'm going to work with this red one first, because she is usually the worst of the worst. So this will show us how bad it can actually be. And I'm going to put those up there. I'm going to grab these because you got to have the right keys. Makes a difference.
Helps.
So one key opens both cages. Now, a few things before we get started. What you don't see on camera is my trash can is here. It's where we're going to store the snakes. Obviously, we both have a snake hook. And when shit goes really south with this snake, I do have a pair of tongs I can use. We'll try the hook, but I'll be honest, she usually ends up being a tonger. So, big thing is, we're going to use a tool to open the cage in this case, because it's opening to my face, which is probably not the world's best situation, but it's the situation we're in. So we're going to try to just use the hook with her. I know, girly. Now, what I really want her to do in a perfect world is go the other way. Her tail's kind of where I want it. Her head is not, though. Come on, run away from me. If I can get her to run away from me, then I can usually get her by the tail, and we can go with a hook and tail, which is really what I really want to get. I think I have more control in a hook and tail situation than anything else. You gonna crawl out? Okay, I'll let you do that too. And sometimes they're gonna dictate to me how I'm gonna work with them. Maybe. She's really good about backing herself into a corner too, and making this as difficult as she possibly can. Like that. Come on, don't do that way. You know what? You're going to make me do things I'm going to take away your stuff. And if you've got one that's being difficult, and you've got a lot of stuff in there for decoration, one thing to do is just take out some of the clutter. Because when the clutter is out of there, the snake's got less places it can go. Ha! Right? Now you have to work with me. And be patient. That's the other kicker. This is never something to do in a hurry. Oh, we might have you in a good spot now. Now this is actually kind of what I want to see. Not that. You're pulling the cord. Stop that. Come on. So in a perfect world, she'd give me her tail and she'd go that direction. But since we're not striking, we'll keep working with the hook until I can get her where I want her. It's just not in that cord.
You're on it here.
Yeah. There we go. Just make sure she don't come out of there. Sometimes you gotta get more clutter out of the damn way. Oh, I see you. Yeah, I know. 50-50. Come on, do what I want you to do. You're not going to, are you? Ooh, don't like that. Oh, I should have grabbed you right there. That's my bad. But again, this is not about being fast. And if she'll sit on the hook. Oh, there we go. Sometimes I'll just sit on the hook. But I do want to work her a little bit if I can get her out with the hook and the tail, because she needs to get more used to this. That's actually one of the best handling she's ever done. But here you can really see her size. Beautiful, beautiful snake, and her belly, which actually has that pink color we always talk about, really strange. All right, girlie, back in there. You did good. That was the best behaved you've ever been. All right, we're gonna take a quick cut, clean this up, we'll put her back, and then do the other one. Okay, so we're back. Now we've got the cage all cleaned up, added some moisture, cleaned everything, ready to go. Even cleaned the air dam here to make this slide a little better. We have to be very careful because when this one's unlocked, so is that one. So now we're gonna take Red out, put her in there, toss her a meal. So you guys may get an extra feed video in here, although the whole point of this is not to feed. Let's name our rats today. Which one? I have two names. We're going to end up feeding two snakes, right?
All right.
So do you want, which one or two for this one?
We'll do two.
Two, okay. You'll find out what that means here in a second. It'll kind of relate to what we did the other day. It'll make sense. I promise it'll make sense. Okay. So what we're going to try to do is get old Red out the trash can. See how well behaved she's going to be. Now, hopefully, we get a good hook and tail on her. So what I do when I get them out is I simply put the hook on them. I usually try to pick them up a little bit, and with a little bit of luck, they'll try to crawl off the hook. She's doing exactly what I want. And so if she continues to do that, I can just bring the tail to me. Got it right there. I have the hook on the body for control, so she can't pop out of there. We'll just simply pick her up, put her back in. Look how big she has gotten. Oh my goodness. She is actually huge for a female. And then I'm just going to set her in there. Yep. Grab that. Close it up. And you picked number two, right?
Yep.
So before we get this albino cleaning done, you guys know we have a history of naming our rats on occasion, usually for people who make crappy comments. Well, today we're not going to name them for people who make crappy comments. I'm just going to name them for people who I believe to be, well, one, definitely a human piece of shit. The other one, quite possibly a human piece of shit. And since you picked up number two, let me introduce you to Lindley. This will be Lindley Rennick right here. So say hi, Lindley, and we're going to give Lindley to Red. Whoop.
Bye, Lindley.
Bye-bye, Lindley. So that's taken care of, and we'll go on to clean this albino now. All right. Let me get this one out, and then when we get it out, I'm going to have you help with this a little bit, see how comfortable doing, how well it's going. I'm going to have you put this snake back in, most likely, if you're comfortable.
I'm good with it.
So same thing, open with a tool. Hey! Eat your rat! Such a bitch. Golly. This one's much nicer. So we showed you how that one is so difficult. This one, coming out, most likely, I will just be able to behave perfectly. See? This one does exactly what I want it to do. No drama. No drama. No drama. Come on. Come on. Perfect. Nope. Get into the can. There we go. See? That was way easier, right? No drama at all. Okay, we're going to take a quick cut, clean this, and I'll introduce you to the next rat of the animal world that we know. All right, so we are back, and this is your first time ever you're gonna grab a snake, right? Never done that before.
Nope.
Today's a new day.
Today's a new day.
So now I got to ask before we do this: are you a member of any churches in West Virginia?
No, not that I know
Okay,
of.
just checking for all those crazy snake handling churches. Not all of them for people, but there are some out there. All right, let's do it. I'm just gonna open this up.
Yep.
We've kind of given you some pointers. We played a little bit. You do have a carpet python watching it, but I wouldn't worry about that. Hands out the way, and here we go. Oh, perfect. And just keep that hook on the body. Beautiful. If you can kind of get her head started in that new cage, she's likely going to just go for it. Once she gets about almost 2/3 in there, you can, like probably right now, just let go and she'll do the rest. And then I'd just start sliding the cage closed if you need, and that'll suck the rest of that tail in. Perfect. Now, before we go, we got one more thing we need to do. And since you did all that, I'm going to let you do the honors on this too.
Yeah,
we have a rat over there. What's that rat's name?
Carol Baskin.
And as we all know, anytime you say the name Carol Baskin, according to the internet, you got to say before it, that bitch. So we got that bitch, Carol Baskin. I'll slide this open. And what I like to do is, okay, I know rat people, this will look terrible, but we're not going to hurt ourselves. Just kind of give it a fling, keeping your hand behind this.
Yep.
Boom. Problem solved. Whoop. It'll go find it. And we'll, you know, it ain't a tiger, but did Carol Baskin feed her husband to a tiger? We had a vote on that. You guys voted yes. So we decided to feed Carol Baskin to a rattlesnake. Now, I do want to reiterate, this is just for entertainment purposes. No, this is not an actual threat on the life of Carol Baskin. I really don't care what she's doing at this moment in time. It's just for entertainment. So don't think I'm threatening anybody or willing to, yeah. I mean, if I was ever going to do something, I wouldn't tell you. I'm just going to throw that out there. All right. So anything else on this before we hop on over to Patreon?
No, that was fun.
All right, guys. Kurt, anything you want to add?
Nope.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.